What do you feel is the most unique aspect about Babeeze in Arms that we provide to families?
Okay, the big unique aspect that we definitely was the friendship. Feeling very comfortable to color up whenever I wanted to. Texting her, I had a couple of experience where, um, I was out in public and something happened and I was like, oh my God, how am I gotta wait till I get home to find the answer or wait till my next doctor's appointment. No, I picked up my phone, called or texted Alyssa, and within minutes she was back to me with answers and just very much eased my nerves about it. And um, it was just very nice having that aspect of comfortability in the friendship, like I keep saying, just because it was so nice.
And along the same lines, I can testify that she was there for me as a husband and now as a father. Most medical staff, they're just there for the wife, but she was also there to provide guidance and advice to me.
And as for the postpartum aspect, it's been the same, having her available when I have questions. We've had a couple times where we've just gotten together for coffee just to catch up, which has been really nice. And you go places with the baby and you think, oh, I got the baby there, but I can just bring baby along with me, and it's been just really nice to have
I
her.
think it's really unique that um, Jill and Babeeze in Arms, they just sincerely love birth, like the whole process, and they have a real desire, I think, to sort of maybe take away, I don't know if stigma is really the word, but maybe take away some of the fear or things associated with it. That I think there was a time, well, certainly that, and still happens all over the world, where this is the way it would happen: is that someone would come alongside you, like a doula, but like think of in your village, like the women who had gone through it before would help you when you're in labor and in birth. And in some ways, the way birth happens now is very solitary. You can, whether you're having in a hospital or at home, is that there's sort of a loneliness to it. And I really like that Babeeze in Arms is very involved in the community, and their sincere desire is to make birth positive for everyone. And it's not about you even getting involved with Babeeze in Arms specifically. They just have a real desire and a love, I think, for women and families and for babies, and just wanting that to be such a positive experience. And I think that's really amazing, because I would hope that people have a desire for good things to happen to others. But when it, in some ways, because right now doula support is certainly not covered by healthcare, it's really amazing if at the end of the day, in some ways, it's a business to set that aside and say, really, we want to inform and we want to support people and get involved in the community and with other women and their families to help them have a really positive experience. Because if we spread that, I think it's a really great thing, that it could start to change the culture and the way that people see pregnancy and birth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, positive experience is that's the end of the story for me. That it's allowed us to be in a situation where we can't wait to be able to pass on what we went through in our experience, and we love to tell our friends about the birth experiences we had with both children so far. And I think that's fairly rare today still, that a lot of people still treat it as though it's an experience you had to go through to get the baby.
Like an ordeal.
It was an ordeal, and it was a traumatic experience, whereas I think it's certainly, I think key to it was our training and our prenatal classes, and then our time with Jill played a big part in us having such a positive experience. And a positive experience doesn't even do it justice, but say it's one of the most amazing
like
things
euphoric
that we've ever gone through.
experience. Yeah.
And I feel like we would have missed out on a big chunk of that if we hadn't called, for sure.
And that's part of what makes it a very unique thing, just doula support period, but also Babeeze in Arms, that I think there would be a real void if they weren't doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
That I hope that I would really wish that every mom had the experience that I had.
The unique aspect that Babeeze in Arms provide is the experience that the doula have. They're able to share their own experiences because they're mother, but they're also available to tell you about the experiences that other people have had. So I think that the fact that they love what they do, they're passionate about their job, helps me to feel more confident about the process of dealing with the doula. And all of the ones that I have met at Babies in Arms, which you do,
All of the
are
visits,
incredible.
even like from very early on, and just like going right up to afterwards, and even the continued contact that we've had with our doula, um, has just been fantastic. Knowing that you have that person there that's been there, that's done that, and you can refer to them as a resource, is just amazing to me.
It's been so wonderful to have access to such a wide variety of information. They have such unique experiences and so many great practical tips and advice and different ways of thinking about how you can deal with pregnancy and labor and birth, and so much insight that I just find you can't really seem to get from many people, but they have so much experience and really have seen it all, so they can give you kind of ideas on how to deal with all the different kinds of scenarios and all the different kinds of things that could possibly come up during pregnancy, labor, birth, and afterwards as well. So it's just that overall um, feeling of being able to get access to so much information, and really any question you have, and they can give you so many answers to that are really great and positive.
I think the fact that we were able to meet in advance so many times, I felt like we had, plenty of visits with yourself, and we met Maud, and I don't think we would have felt as comfortable if we didn't have those meetings beforehand, and just how quickly we bonded, how close, we really felt. As I mentioned, we really felt as a family unit, and I really felt like it was my big sister there. I really felt that it was like my big sister was there, helping me give birth. So I think that really made the experience
There was
unique
this one
for
instance
us.
where I was out with my girlfriends for her birthday, and we had both ordered Caesars. Of course, I ordered mine as a virgin, and I found about halfway through the drink that I was feeling a little warm and fuzzy, and it wasn't a virgin. And right away, I was scared and I was nervous, and I was about 4.5 months pregnant. And I was thinking, what did I do? And I picked up my phone and called Alyssa, and within minutes she was back to me, having answers, calming my nerves, reassuring me that the food that I had eaten, that I had had lots of water with my meal as well, that baby was okay, and that there was no harm done, and not to worry. So it was really nice having that reassurance there, and being able just to pick up the phone and getting my answers right away, opposed to having to make an appointment with the doctor and having to wait all that time.